Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jem here with another pick a card reading for you guys. This one is all about how you're going to meet the one. I know a lot of you guys like having crystals on the cards, so just stay tuned because I will be putting crystals on the cards after so that you guys get the best of both worlds. If you want to pick it without the crystal or if you want to pick it with the crystal. We're going to incorporate that in all of my videos now. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how it works. So basically, this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, and this is pile number 4. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find out which pile you are the most drawn to. If you guys want crystals on them, then let's go ahead and pop the crystals on there, starting now. Alright, so if you guys do like to have crystals on the cards, here are the crystals. We have some lapis lazuli, rainbow moonstone, amazonite, and goldstone on these cards. So you can pause the video if you'd like to find out which card you are the most drawn to. And without further ado, let's hop right into it, starting now. Alright, so my lapis lazuli fam, let's find out how you're going to meet the one, how it's going to happen, what's going to go down. Let's see everything that's going to happen. Oh, so we have the King of Swords. This might be talking about who they are with the Eight of Pentacles. And the Empress. All right, so pile number 1, I'm getting the vibes that you might meet the one or significant other at a workplace, especially when we have the Eight of Pentacles right here. This always talks about being at work or at school as well. But then we also have the card of chopped wood. So when I see this, it just automatically gives me work vibes, like doing something where you guys are in like some kind of work environment or some type of school learning environment as well. I'm getting more the vibes of it being at a job though. But it's something where you guys are doing something, or maybe there's somebody who you hired that is working for you, or maybe they hired you, or you guys just work in the same kind of field and end up meeting each other somehow. But I also get the vibes that it's going to be outdoors, especially when we have the Wolf Instinct card, and he's outdoors right there. And we have the Free Yourself card as well with a bunch of nature in the background. So I do feel like you guys will meet each other more outdoors, not like inside of a building or something like that. I feel like it's more outdoors somewhere. And then we also have the Empress card, which makes me get more nature vibes as well, because the Empress is always out in nature and she's taking care of herself and all of that kind of stuff. So it might even be an environment where you're really focused on yourself and like doing your own thing, and it's going to kind of be like an unexpected, like, oh, what, who's that over there? And when we have the King of Swords, he might be the type of guy who's like really straightforward, really chiseled, handsome looking guy right there. But I feel like you're going to meet him outdoors or something along the lines of that. I do feel like you're going to be in nature somehow. Then we also have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords with the King of Swords. I feel like you guys are going to have a lot in common together. And then we also have the Tower. So it might be a time in your life where you might be going through something really crazy and you just might go on like a spontaneous, I feel like this is going to be really spontaneous. The swords are really fast moving, really spontaneous. So you guys might go on like some kind of spontaneous trip. You guys might be going somewhere and freeing yourself of like a negative situation. Maybe you're going to be on a plane somewhere and traveling, but I feel like you're going to be somewhere where you're not normally at. And especially because you're going through a bunch of like crazy stuff, I don't even think you're going to be looking for somebody when you finally meet them, because we have the Four of Swords next. So I feel like you're just going to be in a state of like trying to like regain yourself and getting your life back together and just focusing on you, especially with the Empress card. The Four of Swords and the Empress always talk about like focusing on you, going through a meditative time, maybe a bit of a spiritual awakening, especially when we have the Tower there as well. So you guys might be going through some kind of spiritual awakening when you meet the one. And you might be working on yourself and working on your intuitive abilities, your spiritual side, and you might randomly meet the one through something like that when you're working on like your own personal desires and your personal goals, and all of a sudden that the one's just going to pop into your life. But I feel like it might be during some kind of spiritual awakening, because we have the Tower, we have the Four of Swords, we have the Empress and the Eight of Pentacles. And so I feel like, you know, there might be some kind of like spiritual awakening happening. And especially with the Free Yourself card as well, you might be freeing yourself of some old like destructive behavior, a negative relationship that you guys might have just recently gotten out of, and he's just going to kind of like be there and kind of pop up, and you're going to meet each other. And I feel like you're almost going to have this like instinct when you meet them that they are the one, because with the Instinct card, it's like almost like you just know. And especially with the Empress card as well, the Empress is highly intuitive, and so, you know, you guys might actually just have this knowing like this person's significant for me right when you meet them. Then we also have the psychic protection around me now, a shield of gold protecting me strong and bold. And so when we have this card, I do feel like you guys are going to be going through a massive spiritual awakening when we have the Tower and we have the Four of Swords and the psychic protection card and the Free Yourself. Like, I feel like you guys are going to be going through literally like a spiritual awakening process when you guys meet the one, and all of a sudden they're just gonna like pop up in your life really unexpectedly, really all of a sudden when we have these swords cards. You guys might be an air sign, or you guys might be attracting an air sign with all those sword cards that we have. So that's either a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. So that might be the sign of your person, but if they're not, maybe they just have a lot of air sign qualities, which makes them really spontaneous. They're more thinkers, they're more up in their head, they're very logical people. And then we also have passion of the lion heart. So with this card, I do feel like you guys are gonna have like some kind of like passionate connection when you guys meet each other. There's going to be a strong physical attraction when you guys meet each other. And so, like I said, you guys might be traveling somewhere. It might be a spontaneous like outburst of idea because things just like become like a wreck in your guys' life, and you're just going to have that person that just pops up at that moment when things feel like they're just up in the air going crazy. And it's funny I said up in the air because there's a lot of air sign energy, a lot of air element energy in this pile. So with that, I feel like you guys might be on a plane somewhere, or you guys might be doing something that's very air sign element-esque type of deal. So you might meet them in a social situation. Air signs are very social, even though I kind of feel like you guys are going to be more alone when we have like the Four of Swords and stuff like that. But it might just be that you're in a social situation, but you've just been going through a lot, so you're kind of in the background, and they're gonna, you know, kind of bring you into that social situation. But I'm definitely getting like travel vibes. It's something that's really spontaneous for you guys that you guys didn't plan on doing. You guys might all of a sudden get this huge passion because of things just seeming like they're falling apart in your life, but they're falling apart in order to rebuild the best life for you, is what I'm kind of like envisioning here. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of up in the air energy. Things are going to feel like really crazy when you meet them, and it's just going to be like a fated, just beautiful, beautiful thing. They could not have come at a more perfect time, even though at the time I feel like you guys might be like, oh, why right now when things are like so crazy? But it's almost like they're going to be saving you in a little bit of type of way, and they're going to be like that knight in shining armor that's just like, I have you, I caught you, you're good. So that is what I'm feeling for you, pile number one. All right, moving on to pile number two with the rainbow moonstone. Let's find out how you're going to meet the one and how they're gonna show up into your life. Ooh, Ace of Wands, the Star. All right, so pile number two, I feel like you guys are gonna be going through a little bit of a trust crisis when you guys meet the one. But the one is absolutely gonna like just sprout this new phase for you, this new inspiration. When we have the Ace of Wands, this somebody coming in is like perfect timing, especially when it's beside the Star. This is like divine intervention, divine timing, the most perfect outcome. It's literally like planned in the stars before it happens. It's like soul contract kind of stuff. And I feel like you're going to be going through a little bit of a phase where you are feeling a little bit alone. When we have the winter solstice reflection card, I feel like you're going to be reflecting a lot on the past and a lot of the situations that have happened. And you guys might be working on some trust issues when we have the Seven of Swords. And so maybe you guys had been cheated on in the past. Maybe you feel like every relationship turns out like for the worse, or maybe you feel like people, like you just can't trust people anymore. And then we have the truth be told card. So this again brings up kind of trust things, because I feel like maybe you guys will have just discovered the truth about a current partner that you have, or a current relationship, or the truth behind a different matter, but somehow you guys are going to be revealed towards the truth. And also this new person coming into your life will probably be a very honest, truthful person, and it's going to make you open up and trust again when you guys felt like you couldn't open up and trust again to begin with. And so maybe you feel like the hope is lost and you can never fall in love again because you can't really trust people, but this person's going to open up your heart and all that kind of stuff. We also have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And so again, with this, it's like maybe this person is going to show you such a different side to the way people can be, when you're used to, you know, people always being the same way and being untrustworthy and being kind of like scheming and just trying to like get something out of you, or, you know, only in it for themselves type of thing. I feel like this person all of a sudden is going to show you a whole different light, and you're just going to be like, whoa, like how come I didn't realize all the red flags that were showing up in people before? And I feel like you're all of a sudden going to be able to see that because this person's just going to be so different. And so that might be the one that you guys end up with. We also have letting go, allow the wisdom to remain, the sting I shall never feel again. So you guys are going to be letting go of past patterns, past relationships. And I feel like because you guys are going to be reflecting on it so much, during this time, I feel like you guys will have just gotten out of something and maybe be reflecting on the past and why things have happened. And as you come to the realization of why things occur the way that they had, I feel like you guys are going to meet somebody that's totally different, and you guys are going to change that pattern that you guys have created. You guys are going to be able to let it go. So you're going to allow the wisdom to remain, the wisdom of paying attention to the red flags and noticing the red flags. But once you guys realize what those red flags are, you guys really focus on not getting into another relationship that has those red flags. You're finally going to be able to meet the one, because you guys are going to be mature enough to, not care about the way the person looks, not care about what they have. You're just going to be like, okay, well, they seem like they have all the qualities of my last relationship, so it's just not worth it. So I feel like once you guys get to that point, the one will come into your guys' lives. So allow the wisdom to remain. The sting you shall never feel again. So you still allow the wisdom to be there, you still accept it, but now you go forward with wisdom of what has happened before and how to not ever create that again. And so I feel like you guys are going to be completing a phase when we have the World card. So I feel like you guys are going to be able to let go of the past. You guys are going to be able to let go of thinking that everyone is the same. So once you guys let go of feeling like everyone's the same and all that kind of stuff, I feel like they're just going to pop up into your life, and you guys are going to meet the one, because you have to retrain your mind frame technically in order to attract what you're wanting to attract. Because if you currently think that everyone's just the same, the law of attraction is just going to be like, okay, well, everyone's the same then. Here you go. Here's another one. But if you guys believe that the perfect person can exist, that you can trust and open up to and reveal your heart to, and they're not going to take advantage of you, and it's just going to be the perfect relationship of what you guys really want. If you believe it exists, it does exist, and it will come to you. Then you're going to get the King of Cups type of guy, and this type of guy is usually a water sign. He doesn't have to be, but if he is a water sign, that is Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So he could be either of those signs, but if he's not one of those signs, he's just somebody who's very in tune with his emotions. And so he knows how to express his emotions. He knows how to say how he feels, which most guys don't know how to do that. So I don't know if you guys are a guy or a girl, what sex you're looking for, but since it's the king, I'm just referring to it as a guy. But it can also be a woman who's just very in tune to her emotional side, but they're very honest with themselves. They're very honest about their emotions and the way that they feel, and they try not to hurt you. They're also very sensitive to the way that you feel, and so they understand how to communicate with you in order to not hurt you, in order to be honest, but be honest in a very gentle, romantic. They're also very romantic people, by the way. So any of the water signs or cup people in the tarot, they're very romantic, and they know how to take you out on those more romantic type of dates that are like writing love notes and candlelit dinners and stuff like that. Then we also have higher will, and so I feel like you need to call on your higher self and your higher will in order to let go of trust issues, in order to let go of current patterns that you're creating in your relationships just based on what you guys believe. And it could be a subconscious thing too. So you guys might be like, well, I believe that the perfect one exists, but they just haven't showed up. It could be a subconscious thing of, maybe you believe that the perfect one exists, but maybe you don't believe that you deserve it. Maybe you don't believe that you'll find them. Maybe you believe that it's really hard to find them. So those can be subconscious patterns that are in your mind that you need to call on your higher will in order to let go of those current thinking patterns and create your desired outcome. But when you guys do meet them, I feel like with all of these water signs, I feel like you guys would meet them by the water. So that's either lake or the ocean, because we have the star and she's, by the water. Then we have the King of Cups, and he's, the cups are water. And then we have another cup card. And when we have the reflection, it's reflection in the water. And so I really feel like you guys are going to meet them by some kind of water. So that could be the ocean, somewhere where there's water around you guys. Also with the World card, it could be travel as well. And so for the first two piles, we keep getting travel as your way of meeting them, but I feel like it'll be something where you guys will be not in your regular element, and it's something like spontaneous. When we have the Ace of Wands and the World, this is something spontaneous that's going to come in for you guys right when you guys decide to let go of your current situation. All right, and I'm also getting the vibes that the winter, it could be around winter or spring, because we do have the winter solstice, but then we also have the Ace of Wands. And then in the Truth Be Told card, it kind of gives me vibes of the spring with, the windows opening and the flower petals just going. So I'm getting more like wintry vibes. I don't feel like it's going to be during the summer, but I feel like you guys are going to be somehow traveling. It'll be kind of by water. And I feel like, I'm also getting the vibes that it could be at a bar and maybe he buys you a drink. When I see these two cards, it kind of like makes me feel like you guys, like you might be in a bar and you might be kind of like sulking and kind of like, and then, you know, the one kind of comes up and is like, hey, what's with that frown on your face? Let me buy you a drink type of thing. So that could be a total option right there if you guys are of age of that. But I'm kind of like getting those vibes when I saw those two cards. But it's definitely during the time of you guys finally like letting go of the past. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys at pile number 2. All right, moving on to pile number 3. Let's find out how you guys are gonna meet the one and how it's gonna happen. What's gonna be going on. All right, pile number 3. I'm getting the vibes that you guys have already met the one. So we start off with the 4 of Cups right here, which is kind of like not really seeing that this person might be the one, or it might be that you're just not open to it yet, or maybe you don't realize it yet, or maybe they've been in your life in the past, but they're not currently in your life right now. But we also do have the 6 of Cups. So this is somebody from the past. So I do feel like you guys might have already crossed roads with this person before, especially when we have the crossroad of destiny. So I feel like you guys have already met this person. You guys have already crossed paths together, but maybe you're not currently with them right now because we do have the 4 of Cups right here, which is kind of like, you know, looking at the negative, looking at the things that you've lost and not really looking at, you know, what's in front of you. So I do feel like you guys are somehow separated from them right now, but you have already met them when we have the 6 of Cups there. We also have Strength, which also deals with patience. And so you guys might be like on the prowl, like, I really want to find the one. And you guys might be really like ready to find the one, but the universe is saying have patience. It's not yet the time for this to, you know, happen. So just have a little bit more patience with it. But I do feel like you guys have already met them. We also have Love, Compassion. And so I do feel like you guys have a very strong, compassionate love bond. I do feel like when this person does come back in your life, that there's this huge like love bond connection. I also get the feeling that you guys have been in love before already. So maybe it's somebody you've already had a relationship with, but you're currently not with that person. So maybe you guys are broken up, not talking right now, or maybe you guys are going through a rough patch or something like that. But I do get the vibes that you guys have already met the one. If you guys aren't going through a rough patch and you're already like married, settled down, you're probably with the one. I'm getting those vibes for sure. We also have the card Poised right here. And so with this card, I feel like you guys are already it's already set up for you guys. You guys have already met them and it's already in the works. It's already happening, but maybe you guys just don't realize it right now. So if you guys have been parted from this person for a long time, or maybe you just don't even realize who it is, maybe there's been like an initiate love, but maybe it hasn't developed fully yet. There's a lot of different options. Again, it's a general reading, so I'm going to say all the things that are kind of coming to my mind. I get the vision with the Poised card that you guys are ready. You guys are like ready for this person to come back into your life, but the universe is saying have patience. It's not yet the time for this to happen. Like other things are happening right now. We also have You Deserve Love. You are lovable card. So just know that you guys deserve love and open up your heart, because maybe you guys have shut off your heart a little bit because of something that you guys have gone through. Maybe you guys feel like shutting down a little bit because of past experiences, but you deserve love. You're lovable. Be open to love. Open up you guys' heart. And then we also have the Beauty card. I have a form which is divine. I allow within to shine. So what you guys have within, start shining that. I feel like, you know, have that little bit of patience, because right now things are playing out the way that they're supposed to be in order to create the most perfect circumstance for you guys. I feel like there will be a perfect circumstance coming, but you just have to have that poise, keep yourself uplifted, and focus on you, focus on bettering yourself and letting your beauty, like the inner beauty and the outer beauty, just shine. So just focus on that right now, and I feel like it will play itself out the way it's supposed to be. I also have the 10 of Pentacles right here, and so I feel like maybe you guys met them through family or friends somehow. Somehow family might have introduced you to. And if you haven't met this person yet, family will probably introduce you guys. But I do feel like maybe there was a little bit of distance at first with the 3 of Wands. So this could have been like a person that maybe was from a little bit farther away, maybe didn't live in the same city as you, or maybe you didn't see them very often at first, because maybe it was an initial meeting where you guys just didn't see each other that often somehow. But there was some kind of connection, but maybe that connection didn't get to settle and maybe it hasn't been a permanent connection yet, but I do feel like there'll be a kind of like rekindling there, and you guys are almost like seeking for each other right now, and I do feel like you guys will eventually get back together and find each other again, but maybe there's a little bit of a break happening at the moment. We also have the 5 of Cups right here, so I think you guys need to change your focus to the positive instead of looking at the negative right now, because the reason why I think all of this is happening, why you guys aren't like together right now, is because somehow you guys are looking at the negative of like why it couldn't work, but it actually can and it actually will. But right now you guys are looking at all the negative things like, oh, we couldn't work because of this, we couldn't work because of this, we couldn't work because of this. So I do feel like you guys will have another chance with the Crossroads of Destiny card right here. I do feel like there will be another chance to kind of like rekindle this, and I feel like you guys are going to come to a lot of realizations of like, you know what, we can make it work. You guys might be seeking out ways to make it work, but the love that you guys have will stick you guys together. I mean, no relationship is perfect by any means at all, and so the love that you guys do share will bring you guys back together, but I feel like there's a little bit of a separation right now, but you guys have already met each other, and I do feel like it was probably from family and it was in the past, and you guys have already crossed paths. So that is what I'm getting from this pile. So that's all for you, pile number 3. All right, moving on to our last pile, pile number 4. Let's find out how you guys will meet the one and how it's going to happen and what's going to go on for you guys. I'm getting the vibes that you guys are going to meet them in a really like unexpected way. It'll be kind of like almost maybe you guys aren't even looking for love at the time that you guys find it. Maybe you guys are on a different path when you guys are, you know, working on yourselves, working on your career, and all of a sudden somebody comes into your life that takes you in a whole different direction. I feel like they're literally going to change up your life. So I feel like you guys might meet them in a way where you're really focused on doing something, where you're really focused, and then they pull you off into another direction, because we do have the change of wind card right here, and then we also have the Chariot. And so whenever we have the Chariot, it's being pulled in 2 different directions, but you know, it's having a strong will and you know where you want to go, but then you get pulled off to the side. And then with the change of the wind card, I mean, what else can we say right there? Like, I feel like they're literally going to come into your life when you're not even looking for love, and then just pull you off, and you're just going to be like, oh my gosh, it's going to change up your whole entire life, but for the better, honestly. I feel like this is really destined, because we do have a past life relationship right here. And so this card, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. You guys have known each other before in a past life. I feel like you guys have been together, and I feel like you guys were actually married before in a past life when we have the Hierophant card right here. So I do feel like you might marry this person in this life as well, but I feel like you guys were married in a past life as well, and so there's some past life karma to be worked out. I do feel like a lot of romance will come from this relationship, especially since you guys have known each other before and you guys already have this kind of connection. So I feel like that's what's going to win you so much when you meet this person, is because there's so much history there that you guys don't have in your current memory, but you guys have emotionally, and when you see this person, it just brings up all those emotions again. It's like, whoa, and it just like almost knocks you down like a tornado kind of thing. But with the King of Cups, I feel like there's a lot of emotion there. I feel like you guys are going to be so emotionally connected, and it's just going to like send you on a whirlwind, honestly. And I feel like you guys might meet each other, I feel like it might be through friends or some kind of party or some kind of event that you guys go to. We do have the 3 of Pentacles, and this kind of talks about, you know, when you're kind of discussing ideas between people, and talking about different things. Like a friend might introduce you to this person. It might be a mutual friend that you have with somebody. And then we also have the new moon of promise. And so I feel like it's just going to create this new energy, and I feel like you're just going to feel almost obligated to be with this person, but not in a negative way, not like I have to, but I don't want to. I feel like you guys are going to really want to be with this person, but it's almost because like you just feel that history that you just don't understand when you meet this person. We also have organization, purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. And I feel like this person's going to ease up your life in so many different ways and change you in so many different ways and remind you of the love and remind you of your past a little bit. I feel like you guys might even be closed off to love at the moment. And so when we have the 8 of Swords, you guys, I don't feel like you guys are going to be looking for love when you guys meet this person. I feel like you guys might be just a little bit like, it's not even on your radar basically, and it's just going to kind of change up and whirlwind you out of nowhere. But they also might make you feel a little bit stuck in the beginning of the relationship, because I feel like you guys are so sure of where you guys want to go, but I feel like when this person comes in your life, it'll change up so much where you almost feel like stuck because you want to be with this person so bad, but then you had these goals, but it's almost like these goals almost can't take place in the same plan that you guys had before. They're going to change up your whole entire plan. You guys might feel a little bit stuck for a little bit, but justice will come to that. You guys will work it out. You guys will figure it out. What is more important to you? You're going to be weighing the scales of like, do I, go on my previous plan of life, or do I now change up everything and give it up for this person? I feel like you guys will eventually give it up for this person, though. I do feel like there's so much history there that you guys almost can't like not be in this relationship because they are the one. And then we also have Read the Energy, the Ascended Master Merlin and Mystic Merlinite. So with this card, I do feel like you guys have such a strong past life connection that you guys can read each other's energy. You guys can pick up on each other's energy so well. You almost know what the other person's feeling and thinking, like right when you meet them, and you just understand them. You guys are gonna have so much understanding of each other because you guys have had a previous relationship in a past life. You guys already know each other almost inside and out, and so I feel like that's what's gonna make it so hard to say no to the relationship, even though they might pull you off your path a little bit. But I feel like you guys are going to be so committed to this because they're literally the only person you met that fully knows you to this extent so quickly and so easily. And I feel like you guys are going to be so comfortable together. I feel like you guys are going to be talking and sharing ideas. And I feel like you guys are going to be in different parts of your guys' lives. I feel like you guys almost want different things. You guys might have different backgrounds and different values. But when they come together, it's like you guys just fit together so well. It's like you guys almost understand each other and know each other even though you guys are so different. I feel like you guys are so different, but yet meant to be and so perfect together in some odd type of like way that just doesn't even make sense, but somehow it makes complete sense, if that makes any sense. So I feel like you guys might feel a little bit stuck, a little bit torn of like what to do when you first meet this person, but the answer is pretty obvious once you get down to business about it. So I feel like it'll be pretty obvious for you guys, but that is what I'm picking up for you guys, pile number 4. All right, so that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you guys liked it, and share it if you guys want to share this with anybody else and have them try it out. It'd be pretty cool, pretty fun. And yeah, definitely leave me a comment, hit that subscribe button down below, and hit that notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I upload a video, because YouTube sometimes does not like to notify everybody about every upload. So if you guys don't want to miss an upload, definitely hit that little notification bell beside the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.